You little rotten keg tapper, no name having, looking ragged, lame rapper. You nut hugger, butt buddy fudge packer. Okay, enough of that. My real friends call me Asher. Laughter. What kind of name is that, bro, dude? It's so.
Welcome to 13 Minutes, the show that's guaranteed to introduce you to your new favorite artists. I'm Paul Goon, and this week I'm chilling at my new crib with Dirty Needles.
Yo, what's going on? Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I hope the Cowboys win today. Outside of that.
Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
Okay. What sports are you into? Just football? What else you watch?
Mainly into basketball. But football is in there too. I like baseball, but my favorite is basketball.
What basketball team do you like?
Lakers.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Lakers and Cowboys. But you're from, where are you from?
I'm originally from Youngstown, Ohio, but now I reside in Cleveland.
And you like the Cowboys and the Lakers. Can you just explain to me and the viewers quickly why?
Well, the Cowboys and the Lakers, that was passed down from my dad.
Oh,
we used to, every Sunday we would watch the games, or we had the NBA package back in the day where we would watch the Showtime Lakers, so that's where my love came from. So I've been there since the highest of the highs, then the lowest of the lows.
That's pretty awesome to get a good tradition of sports passed down from your father or just through your family in general. So I guess we're going to have to give him that Ohio pass. He can like other teams.
I am an Indians fan, though. So,
yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, cool, dude. I'm a very big Indians fan.
Yeah, so, even though they break my heart every single year.
You know, why are you called Dirty Needles?
This is a question I get a lot, but I don't mind answering. I'll try to be brief with it. So, it was around, I say 2000, 2001. I was in the bathroom writing rhymes, and there was a documentary on Discovery Channel that was on television in the other room. And they were talking about the ill effects of intravenous drug use, and dirty needles kept popping up, like, don't use dirty needles, no dirty needles, you can get bad things from these, don't do that. And I thought, you know what, that sounds like a pretty good rap name. So I spent another 20 minutes just sitting there trying to come up with everything that rhymes with dirty needles, and it kind of stuck, no pun intended.
Can I just note that this room has been almost full of laughter ever since before the camera even started rolling. There's just good energy going around in here today. And the first, the Discovery Channel is where you got your name from. That's a first for this show for sure. Yeah, East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, or down south?
My preference?
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, this one is kind of a short story too. When I first started listening to hip hop, I was heavy into West Coast. You would hear me now and you wouldn't think that, but the West Coast I got into early, maybe because of the beats. I had to grow an appreciation for East Coast production when I got older, but when I first started, it was definitely West Coast, Snoop, Warren G, Lil Half Dead.
Well, hey, I mean, that's probably because that West Coast attitude is really appealing to a young man, I'm sure. I do what I want. I say what I want. You know what I mean? You grow up a little bit, get a little bit more sophisticated.
Yeah, that's what got me into it. But then when I really started taking it seriously, that's when I started following the likes of Nas and Pharoah Monch and Fight from a Tribe Called Quest and all that stuff. Yes.
It's one of those things I bring up occasionally that, and I like QTip, but he gets all the shine, and some people don't realize Phife Dawg was the real lyricist. In my opinion, he was a little bit better than QTip, but,
Well, he's better than QTip as a rapper,
yes.
But I think overall as an artist, I'd have to give it up to QTip, and QTip is part of so many classics. Hell, he helped craft the sound of A Tribe Called Quest. A Tribe Called Quest ain't the same without him.
And some people don't know, that he produced all those beats, and so there is where I don't argue on that, because I always say, Big Boy's better than Andre 3000, and then I get the same argument back. Well, overall, as an artist, Andre 3000 is better, even though maybe Big Boy's a better rapper.
I'm going to have to go with Andre 3000.
Yeah. See, but, and I ain't even gonna argue. opinions, But the way I feel sometimes is that the underdog usually might actually have a little bit of the edge. How long have you been rapping for?
Oh wow, I've been rapping for over 20 years. So I first started in 8th grade, and just sharpening my skills from there. I come from an era, to show my age, I come from an era where if you went to the lunch table and you tried to rap and you weren't good, you got booed off the lunch table. You weren't allowed to come back. So then you only had one or two options. You either went home, practiced, and got better, or you quit. There was no in between.
So you survived. I'm not even here to talk about myself, but I was one of the lucky ones at the lunch table who could freestyle right off the top of the dome. So I got to stay at the lunch table. I do know what you're talking about. I was lucky enough, but a lot of people quit, huh?
Yeah, and I got sent away from the lunch table on many a day.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So that is how the skills have become so sharpened.
Yeah, I wanted to stay at the lunch table and prove that, hey, I belong and I rap better than you and I will embarrass you in front of the entire class. That was my goal. Sometimes I wish the DeLorean was real. Well, it's real in my mind and that's all that matters. But I wish the DeLorean was real so I can jump back in it right now and then go back and just annihilate everybody at the lunch table because, I'm kind of petty that way. But
I'll go back with you. If you, by any chance, stumble on a time-traveling vehicle of any sort, I don't care if it's a cardboard box, take me. I'll go rap battle those fools with you. So, something I'm curious about always, but specifically with rappers especially, is your writing process. I want to know, how do you go about it? Do words come first? Do beats come first? And tell people, what do you write about? What do you rap about?
Well, the process, I usually have a beat first, and then I'll have a topic in mind, but usually it flows in conjunction with the mood of the beat. So if the beat is something really hard, then I'll tend to drop some battle bars and punchlines. But I find myself going more towards moody things now. I like to talk about just my life experiences because I've dealt with mental health issues. I've dealt with, depression and thoughts of suicide and not feeling like you're adequate enough and things of this nature. I've talked about, past traumas that still affect me to this day and I'm trying to work myself through. I find myself more drawn to that, but don't get it twisted. I can still drop the bars when need be.
I can attest to that. Do not get it twisted, people.
Yeah, I'm like, don't do it. But me, I more so like to talk about things that resonates with people. Because the thing is, while punchlines and battle bars is great, and trust me, I'm all for it, but the other things, when you talk about more tangible subjects, it sticks to your ribs, and that's the kind of music that stands the test of time, where you go back 5, 10, 15 years later and you listen to it and you remember exactly what mind frame you were in, the exact place you were in when you heard this song, and how this song helped navigate you through a dark place. And, that's what I try to do now.
All right, Dirty Needles. Well, what does hip-hop mean to you?
Hip-hop to me is culture, it's lifestyle, it's in my DNA. I look at hip-hop as something that saved my life. I look at hip-hop as something that actually gave me a purpose in life. I felt like it was the only thing that I was good at where I felt I truly belonged. And I hold deep sentimental value towards it. There was one point in time where I walked away, but as with all things you love, eventually it pulls you back in, whether willingly or kicking and screaming. But either way, that's what hip hop means to me. I mean, it's my life. I can't picture life without it. I mean, sure, there's other genres of music I could listen to, but hip hop, that I say it got me through so much. I mean, just a segue. Eminem is one of my favorite rappers. And I know it's cool to shit on him now for some odd reason. But the Recovery album, while a lot of people aren't fans of that, and to be honest, the corny, forced punchlines, I wasn't a fan of that either. But
I think we're all on the same page about some of his albums in that aspect.
Yeah, but the meat and potatoes of that album got me through my darkest, deepest, depressing times. And so for that alone to tie into the question, that's why hip-hop will forever be important to me, because I can't see a time in my life without it.
I have wow, I have like a little bit of like chills over here. That just got so real, but in the best way possible. Just to quickly touch, because I have to, on this Eminem debate, because of course everybody knows what he's talking about. Listen, Eminem's better than you. Rappers, people, whatever. Mostly what you do, Eminem is better at rapping than what you do out there. Don't hate on Eminem. Not everybody's perfect. Not everybody's going to make a hit every time. But I promise you, motherfuckers, Eminem is better at you, better at what he does than what you are at what you do. If I could phrase that better, it would have sounded better. But goddamn it, the message got across.
I mean, we can't expect everything from you. You're not Eminem.
Thank you, Drew. Who does your artwork and your music videos, man? Because I really like the visuals that are coming along with the audio.
Oh, yes. Well, the artwork from the latest album was a graphic designer by the name of, she goes by Tipology on Instagram, but her government is Tiffany Burris. She's really dope at what she does. She has... Right now, she's doing this Inktober, where she's drawing all the villains from scary movies and things of that nature. Last year, she did a Woman of Hip Hop Month, where she drew every single female artist, and a lot of them reached out to her for more work.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah, so that's dope. My music videos.
Shout out to Tiff All.
Yeah. That's the homie right there. She's out in Arizona. The music videos, a guy by the name of Kim Visions. He's from Columbus. He's done my last 3 videos, and I have a video coming up entitled Making It, and he shot that one too.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, so that one should be coming up in a couple of weeks. But yeah, he's done all of my videos, and ever since I worked with him, I can't envision myself working with anybody else.
That's how I feel about Drew over here.
Yeah. Sound man extraordinaire.
Trying to make that as awkward as possible.
Understatement.
And on the same token, where are you getting your beats from, man? Because it seems like all the way around you just have a really good creative circle.
Oh, yes. Well, majority of my beats are from people who I've met from this collective. Well, it's not really a thing anymore, but there was once this online thing called Cypher Circuit. And a lot of the producers who I worked with, I met through that, just doing videos and posting them on Instagram every week. One of the guys, he did the entire Paradise EP collective. He's from Cincinnati. We're actually working on a follow-up to Paradise right now. Cathartic. There's... and now I'm blanking, and I hate that I'm blanking.
I do it every day.
Charlie G, 17 Candles, DJ M Rock, and Illustrated One. He did majority of the production on my last album. And yeah, those are the guys who did my stuff, and all of them I met through Cypher Circuit through some way, shape, or form.
That's pretty dope, man. A lot of people, I think, don't give enough credit to the producers, the beat makers out there. So to me, it's always important that they get their dues as well. The MCs, I mean, hey, we wouldn't have rap without our rappers, but don't forget, they wouldn't have nothing to rap over if it wasn't for our producers.
Exactly. If it wasn't for the producers, we'd all be putting out spoken word albums. In that case, you might as well go find a coffee shop and just go there and start. I see, therefore I am. I do not like green eggs and ham. I prefer Spam. Thank you, ma'am.
Has anyone ever told you that, I mean, at least rhyme-wise, that you remind them of Blueprint?
I've heard that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've
Dude,
heard
I
that.
couldn't help it. I just was like, man, if I could keep it in my mind, I have to tell him that Blueprint popped into my mind immediately the first time I heard you rap. And sometimes you get that impression, you know, the first impression, and then you're like, all right, well, you know, he has different sounds and different styles. But man, dude, that's one of my favorite rappers, and I feel like you guys would, flow-wise, would get along so perfectly, man. I don't think people understand that, if I bring somebody on this show, it's because they're good at what they do. I don't iterate that enough. This man can rap. And if you guys know who Blueprint is, you know anything about rhyme sayers. If I'm comparing him to anybody from that label, this man can rap right here. How do you feel about rappers in movies?
I have no issue with it. I never had an issue with it. Oh, one of my favorite movies is 8 Mile.
Oh,
I
yeah.
went to see that movie in the theater before it came out on DVD, like 7 times. 6 times
Not
at
8
the
times?
expensive.
Not 8 times?
Nah, not 8 times. Now, the 8th time was when I bought the DVD.
Oh, okay, all right.
But
well,
yeah,
you
6
gave
times.
Eminem enough of his money at that point.
Yeah, 6 times at the expensive movie theater and only once at the $1.50. Is it still $1.50 now, or did they move up in price?
I think it's on Tuesdays. It's $1, right?
I don't
think it's actually $1 anymore, but I know on Tuesdays, Tuesday matinee, it's cheap, right? $1 or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. I'll try to get general consensus.
Yeah, shout out to Movies 8.
That might be the best shout out we've ever had on this show.
What's your relationship to Tetris? I see the shirt. It looks like that's from Tetris Online Japan.
Yes.
Yeah. So did you ever play competitively?
I did a couple of times. There's actually a video of me on my Instagram, Dirty Needles 330 on Instagram, where I'm actually playing Tetris while I'm rapping.
Okay, so what you're doing there, like mostly you're doing it on console.
Yeah, this one I was playing on console, but I first got into Tetris via Game Boy.
Okay, yeah. The 1989 version.
Yes.
Yeah, me too. That's where I got started. I've done a little bit of competitive Tetris on the laptop, on computer. Tetris Friends.
Mm-hmm.
I used to play quite a bit. Did you ever get into that or no?
No, I haven't. But I did.
It's gone
There's the
now.
there's a new Tetris on the Switch.
99.
Yeah, Tetris 99 that I've played quite a bit.
I don't have it, unfortunately. But yeah, awesome shirt.
Thank you.
And this has been Drew's Video Game Corner! PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
Okay, I mean, because that's the big two. That's an automatic question right off the bat. But to get deeper into it, what's your favorite video game station of all time?
It's between 2, actually. My favorite being the Sega Dreamcast and the Nintendo GameCube.
Oh, short reasoning for each.
Dreamcast is because that was the very first system that I bought with my own money. The lineup for that system when it first dropped is out of this world, and I don't think any system has matched it since. Like, they came out with like 20 games when it first came out, like day one. And out of the 20 games, at least like 14, 15 of them were good.
Dreamcast did have a lot of fire games. That's for damn sure.
Yes. And GameCube, because deep down, I'm always a Nintendo guy. You know, Mario is my mascot for life. But the GameCube, I liked it because of how unique it was built. I mean, it looked like a lunch pail, like a tiny lunch pail you would take with you to, you know, school or something.
Yeah, they had that little fucking handle.
Yeah, they had the handle.
I don't know if that was it a handle.
Yeah, it was a handle.
Yeah, they did have that little handle on the back.
Yeah, you walking up to your homie's house like it's a little suitcase. I did not like the mini disc though. I wish Nintendo wasn't
up big time with those.
Yeah, I wish Nintendo wasn't stubborn and just actually did DVDs like PS2. But
they just had to be different. I know why they did it. They wanted to be different, and that backfired on you guys big time. GameCube was a fucking gem though.
Yes,
that's for damn sure. So on the other side, the playing side, what's your favorite game or two of all time?
Well, that's a hard one. So I'll just say the ones I've been playing the most as of late, which is Spider-Man on the PS4. I platinumed the hell out of that game. There's that. And NBA 2K. Those are... 2K is what I've really been into as of late, even though they irritate the ever-living piss out of me with the artificial grind, hey, you want to get to 90 overall? You want to get to 90 overall, don't you? Well, fuck you. You got to buy VC from us, and then we'll give you 90 overall. It's like, why? Why? What happened to the skill points? See, and then you get to, let's say, you get to 95 overall, and I'm like, okay, 99 is easy peasy lemon squeezy. Oh, no. You got to go play online. And if you don't play online, then guess what? You get to 97, we drop your punk ass back to 95. But,
not only do we get a gamer, but we got an enthusiastic gamer.
Yeah, and shout out to Uncharted. Uncharted is another one of my favorite franchises.
Fuck yeah, Dirty Needles. Shout out to Uncharted, man. How many different Cleveland hats do you have?
More than I can count. Yeah. Like they're taking up an entire wall in my house.
I realize you don't have a Cleveland hat on today, but almost every fucking time I see your face on a video or picture, there's a C on your hat.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of them. If you had to choose only one source of music for the rest of your life between CD, vinyl, or MP3, what do you like the sound of best?
CD, because I'm a relic. I miss the days of going to, Best Buy or Tower or Oasis, for that matter, and just spending hours upon hours browsing through the CDs, trying to figure out what I'm going to get. I just miss those days in general because I felt we appreciated music more because you had to spend your money on it. And all right, 8 CDs came out this one day, but I can only afford 2. So which 2 am I going to get?
Which 2 did you get that day?
Well, it depends on which day, but we'll go with, let's say, 98 when Hard Knock Life and Aquemini came out.
Oh, Aquemini! Not a huge Jay-Z fan. I'm not going to diss the man, but goddamn, I get excited when you bring up an Outkast album.
Yeah, well, this might deflate you a bit. That day I picked Hard Knock Life.
No, dude, you are not deflating me at all. I'm just excited we get to have an Outkast shout out on the show today. So there's no deflation. That's a hard choice, especially because I can't say anything about 98 Jay-Z. I kind of have more of a gripe with recent Jay-Z. So, that's pretty dope there, man. I have one more question for you.
All right.
And this one's important. I always save the best for last. If you had your own flavor of rap snacks, what would it be?
They'd be waffle flavored.
Like with syrup or no syrup?
With syrup. Yes,
okay,
with syrup.
Maple syrup, waffle flavor.
Yes.
Would it be like a sweet snack then? Or would it be like a chip that was salty but also had waffle syrup flavor?
Oh, it would be a sweet snack.
Oh, man. Nah, does that sound good to you? Yeah. Rap snacks. Head up my man Dirty Needles. Get his fucking face on a bag. Don't you guys dare take our idea. Rap snacks. I will find you.
It's kind of like eating... You ever heard of this burger called the Luther?
No.
All right. It's basically a cheeseburger in between 2 glazed donuts.
Yes,
with a
I
slice.
have heard of that, yes.
Now, on paper, you look at it and say, what the hell is this? This doesn't sound good at all.
Oh, no.
But then
Quite
you
contrary.
bite it. And then the minute you bite it, and all
So
the
you've had
juices...
one?
Yes. Shout out to Burgers to Beer, because that's where I got mine from.
Shout out.
They actually use Krispy Kremes.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Drew,
Yes,
we're going
you
one
just-
day. We're taking a field trip one day, Drew.
Yeah, you
Alright.
eat it and you're hooked for life.
So that would kind of be what Dirty Needles Rap Snack would be like, eating a burger with 2 glazed donuts.
Yes.
Hell yeah, man. You have anything else to say?
Yes. Cathartic in stores right now. Please cop it. Stream it. But I prefer if, you go to Bandcamp or iTunes or whatever and, actually buy it, because then I can use that to put into the next project. Shout out to Collective. Shout out to Stadium Beats. Together they are called Ohio Noise, which they're working on my next project. Shout out to everyone who supported me thus far. Shout out Cleveland and Youngstown. Even though I'm in Cleveland now, Youngstown will forever be my home. And shout out to Paul Goon for presenting this opportunity for underground artists to get shine, because, Complex and everyone else ain't going to do it if you don't have a certain amount of followers or streams. You're gum on the bottom of the shoe. So I appreciate those who actually want to give artists a chance to put themselves out there. So shout out to Paul Goon.
Shout out to you, Dirty Needles. I'm gum on the bottom of your shoe. And this was 13 minutes.